Hermine is bearing down on Florida and other southern states this morning. The storm already took aim at the state's Gulf Coast, pounding areas with heavy rain. Forecasters say the system could trigger tornadoes. Don Champion has the latest from the Florida Panhandle.
Hurricane Hermine pummeled parts of Florida's Panhandle with heavy rain and forceful winds shortly before making landfall overnight. In the coastal community of Pasco County late last night, people tried enjoying the scene before the boardwalk was inundated with water.
I hope everybody's safe and all right, but other than that, I'm here to play.
This is life-threatening.
Earlier in the day, the state's governor warned people to take the storm seriously as Hermine shredded up roads and eroded beaches along the Gulf Coast. In the hard-hit town of Apalachicola, some stocked up on food.
It's pretty nerve-wracking. Yeah. You know, you see the trees bending and the waves blowing up over the rocks.
Others boarded up their businesses and got out.
Just for the safety of our employees and for the safety of the business as well, we're going ahead and closing up.
As the hurricane moved through, massive storm surge inundated coastal communities, washing ashore debris and boats like the one behind me. In low-lying areas, hundreds of residents were told to evacuate ahead of the storm.
My wife wants to get some of her valuables out and some stuff from her mother that's irreplaceable.
Some still chose to ride it out.
My property will likely not flood, but my neighbors all around me will.
Florida had not been hit by a hurricane in over a decade. Don Champion, CBS News, along the Florida Panhandle.
And 51 counties, 51 in the state, are under a state of emergency. 6,000 members of the National Guard also are on standby in case they are needed. Back here at home, happening now, police are looking for a man in connection with a shooting in North Nashville. And it is not the first time Kevonta Kane has been wanted by Metro Police. That name may sound familiar to you. Sophie Nielsen-Colding joins us now from the North Precinct. And Sophie, we hear Kane shot at a car full of just innocent people.
And Amy, one of those innocent people was just 6 years old. Kevonta Kane is only 19, but he's been arrested at least 74 times. Let's take a closer look at his mugshot. Police want you to take a good look at it in case you see him, because they want you to call police. Now, police say that Kane is wanted because he shot at that car. Well, earlier he'd gotten in a fight with some people who were driving a red Hyundai. Kane saw the victim's car and thought that it was the car of the people that he'd had a dispute with. That's why he opened fire. And actually, one of the victims, one of the women sitting in that car, was grazed in the head by one of his bullets. Take a look at some of the video now. You may remember this. Kane was part of a massive escape from the Woodland Hills Youth Development Center back in 2014. Since then, as I said, Kane has been arrested dozens of times, including on aggravated robbery charges, aggravated assault charges, felony aggravated assault, but they've all gotten pled down to misdemeanors. Some of them have even got dismissed. Back in May, Kane was arrested for attempted murder for a shooting. He actually left a 24-year-old man badly hurt, but that case was dismissed because the victim stopped cooperating with police. Again, police say that he is armed and dangerous, so if you see him, don't go up to him. Just call Crime Stoppers or police. That Crime Stoppers number, 615-74-CRIME. Live in Nashville, Sophie Nielsen-Colding, News Channel 5.
Thank you, Sophie. And new this morning, a man climbed the scaffolding at a construction site in downtown Nashville. Pretty scary stuff. It happened at 2nd Avenue near the riverfront around midnight. Officers were called out to try to get the man down. They negotiated with him, but look how high that scaffolding is. He refused to listen to them and was able to get away from police. The Vanderbilt rape case is headed back to court. The two remaining defendants, Brandon Banks and Jaborian Tip McKenzie, will be at Brandon Vandenberg's sentencing at the end of this month. Legal experts believe prosecutors will announce plea deals for Banks and McKenzie at that time. We're told it will likely include some jail time, and they'll have to register as sex offenders. A man is behind bars accused of raping a 78-year-old woman. Metro Police say William McElrath Jr. assaulted the woman yesterday in a home in the Jones Circle area. Police say he stopped by and asked her if she needed her lawn mowed. She said no, but then let him in to get a glass of water. She then left to walk her grandchildren to school, and authorities say McElrath broke back into the home when she left and attacked her then when she returned. McElrath was convicted of another rape charge back in 1994. The Bethesda community is coming together tonight to remember murder victim Brittany Cole. Her body was found last Monday in a rural area off Cross Keys Road. Family and friends will gather there tonight at 7:30 to remember Brittany. Thomas Blake Bruner faces murder charges in her death. Investigators say Bruner is Brittany's ex-boyfriend. It's going to be a busy travel day for millions of people heading to vacation for Labor Day weekend. Hope you were some of them getting out of town for the weekend. News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy is tracking it all for us. So how do things look out there, Dan? And any flights canceled to Florida yet?
Yeah, 2 flights are coming from Florida have been canceled. Jacksonville and Panama City. Those are both Southwest arrivals within the next few hours or so. And, you know, we've had our eyes on these flights, particularly because of that tropical storm. We've also been following all morning long in Florida. But, Amy, as far as departures go to Florida, everything's looking okay, at least right now. Of course, you should check your flights before you head out. As far as the roads go, things are looking okay too. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is halting all lane closures and construction for Labor Day weekend. That's beginning at about noon today. That means all those orange barrels you normally see closing off lanes on the interstates, they're going to be gone this weekend, and they're going to be gone until about early Tuesday morning. Tennessee Highway Patrol is also ramping up enforcement to pay attention to especially reckless, distracted, and drunk driving. 14 people killed on Tennessee roads last Labor Day weekend of last year. 6 of those, we're told, involved alcohol, so THP trying to crack down on that. As far as driving goes, gas price is relatively cheap. $2.04 is the average across the state of Tennessee, which is down from this time last year. Reporting live this morning from the 2465 interchange, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.